What do you get when you have 2 microphones, a bottle of bourbon, and plenty of time to kill? It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast with Billy and Jimmy. Glad you found us. Sit back, relax. Let's see what we get into.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. Let's turn the cameras on in 1, 2, 3. Are you recording?
I am. I got the little red thing on there.
Cool. Now I got a C. I said I got a C.
Did you not study?
I didn't study. So that's our sound weird. Is our audio strange? Wait before you do that. Okay.
That's a good sound effect for you want to record that one.
Oh, I just realized I don't have my hard drive plugged in, so that's why all the podcast things are missing. Okay. I think we're good, though. Was it 57? We're on 58. Stand by.
I don't know.
YouTube. Let's just go to studio.youtube.com. It's Bourbon Talk Podcast. Let's go to content. Last episode we did was, what is that? What? I can't see. 57. It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast, episode 58. So glad that you could, not you, not your buddy over there. So glad he could be here. And man, we're back.
We're back. It's been a while. It's I've been out of the country, been out of commission for. This is probably.
I've been avoiding Jimmy like he's got.
Yeah, he's been avoiding and gosh, I think in the last podcast we did was with Rob and his friends.
Rob and the gang.
The gang.
Yeah.
So this will be our first podcast and probably together over a month.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, it's been about a month. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So you get Jimmy and Billy today.
Just us. The way it started. The way you really want it. I mean, I don't know. Y'all probably like it when we have guests on, but anyway, it's just us. That's all you get today.
Especially with informative guests, they understand right, bourbon, whereas we don't. But hey, we are going to try something new today. I mean, again, we try something new on every podcast, but this was donated to us from a distributor, and it's High West.
Is this our first free bottle of bourbon?
That's our first free bottle of bourbon. Yes, it's High West.
Just about to be the best tasting bourbon we've ever had.
Yes, and it is from Park City, Utah.
All righty.
Yeah, so we've kind of gone from the south to the west.
Not from Sacramento. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, Utah. Anyways, and it's 45% alcohol by volume, so we've got a 90 proof here.
10-4, good buddy.
Ooh.
I heard it.
So we're going to pour a little bit into the glass here, and we're going to give it a swig and rate it at the end, so stick around. And
you know me, I like bottles, I like presentation. So we've got a embossed bottle, and it's all wavered and textured, and it's got a very cool aged looking Western label on it.
So
already a good
hopefully
looking
they
tasting
put
bourbon.
enough work into the flavors they did into the presentation.
Yeah, because it's a dandy bottle. I dig it. I dig it. It's got a good handle on it too. If you want to crack somebody over the head with it later when you get done.
In a saloon fight.
That's right. This is a saloon fighting bottle. The guy that put the label on was crooked. He's off by 14 degrees, but that's fine. I won't hold it against him.
So anyways, this is a High West from Park City, Utah.
Nice cork.
Yeah, not a cork on it. It's not a screw top like we normally do. I want to say it's got some flavor jumping out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm actually... It's going to be...
You kept this guy's phone number, right?
No. It was a her. No.
You can get her phone number?
No. She got my card, though, because she wants to see how we rate it.
Ooh. Well, she's off to a good start.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a lot of flavor. I mean, I'm actually impressed.
You're supposed to wait till the end to know how we liked it or rated it.
We haven't rated it yet.
But by God, this is dandy. I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, it's good. Wait, how long has it been since I drank a bourbon? Hey, could you? You ever been starving, hungry, and get a saltine cracker? You're like, my God,
best cracker
best
ever.
cracker I've ever had. I don't think bourbon does that, but anyway.
No, it's you know what, and I have been deprived some bourbon since the Romania. I mean, I did have some good. It wasn't bourbon, but I had some good whiskey at the U.S. Embassy in Romania. And we have a guest, we have an audience today of the new puppy Basil.
Yep, Basil's here. She's getting tall enough to move the curtains when she walks by now.
Yep. And again, her name is Basil Hayden, and she looks like somebody spilled bourbon all over.
All right, cut that out. Go, you get.
And Billy would take a picture and put it on the podcast of what she looks like.
Yeah, I'll send you. Come here, Basil.
So, anyways, all right, yeah. So I was in Romania for a week and came, and I really think I caught COVID on the way over, but I was just because I was suffering in Romania, and then on the way home I was dying, and then when I got home I died, and then I gave it to Laura.
This is the first time you and I hung out in 3 weeks. Oh no, we went to the Legion together.
We went to the Legion.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've been keeping my.
That was for the bike ride. We did the Legion ride, and it was.
Yeah, I got scared because you accidentally drank out my bourbon glass, but I didn't catch nothing. So I guess you're clear hot. Or bourbon cannot survive bourbon.
Maybe that was it. I was, bourbon.
Oh my
deprived.
God! Could
bourbon be the cure? I like the way you think there. Wow, a lot has happened since. In fact, we haven't even talked any nonsense. I mean, we have strictly talked bourbon on the last podcast.
Yeah.
No current events, nothing. And wow, I mean, since our last duo podcast, I mean, lots happened in the world.
I know I've been diving down some rabbit holes. I've been going deep into this stuff that I just don't even know if I should. But like the beginning of Christianity and where all the writings came from, and like ancient Sumerian texts and ancient Hebrew text. And I've watched this one podcast. What's Danny's podcast called now? It used to be called a Concrete Podcast. I just think it's called Danny. Anyway.
I only watch one podcast, and that's ours.
Danny Jones podcast, sorry. Anyway, he had this cat on there that starts to make, he had gone to prison as a young man, and his mom started sending him these self-help books and stuff like that. And he just, I guess the only thing to do in prison was read. And the kid just delved into somehow down the path of ancient text.
Text or text?
Text, like Hebrew, Sumerian, and the origins of these stories, the origin of the Bible stories, what books originally were in the Bible in the 1st and 2nd centuries, parts that get added on later, stories that are in Sumerian texts that are 900 years older than when, say, St. Peter wrote them. It's identical as another story that's 900 years older, all the way down to like where Easter came from. And just, it's a fascinating. I'm going to do more research on it before I start digging into it and really putting it on the podcast. But man, it sends you down a rabbit hole. Like all the images of the Greek god Prometheus. Mm-hmm. Prometheus he's always chained, and it's exactly like Jesus being crucified, but this was thousands of years before. And a serum that was made from his blood that can cause immortality and all. Oh man, it's just right off a cliff down some deep stuff. So I'll be investigating some of that and bringing it to you. It's pretty wild. Okay,
and there we have it.
Yeah,
good stuff.
I want to give you the guy's name. Is a guy that he has a YouTube channel called Gnostic Informant, and it's the guy's highly self-educated, and he follows all these scholars and gives examples of what this text means and how, or this Hebrew word and how it relates to English and interpretations and stuff, and how we all have to realize that the Bible's is the most interpreted book probably in existence. It's been written and rewritten. Popes have decided what books to put in it, what books to pull out of it. And so I think one of his origin factors is trying to get what is the original, what's the truth, where did these stories come from? And it's fascinating.
You lean more towards Christianity than you do science, Big Bang Theory?
So the older I've gotten, the more scientific my brain has gotten, but I've always been able to keep it in line with kind of like my Christian upbringing, that it's never brought that into question. You know what I'm saying? Because the more we learn science, do I believe that the earth is 6,000 years old and dinosaurs are fake and stuff like that? And no, you can't take the Bible word for word, because otherwise this planet's only 6,000 years old. You know what I'm saying? And like my grandmother would argue with you that dinosaurs were fake. They're not real because they wasn't in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't take it that literal. So my scientific brain allows me to see past that. But, do I believe that there's a God or a creator? By all means, I do. I don't think all these particles just gravitated together and created a larger dust ball that made a bigger dust ball that, ended up making us. But I don't know. Do I believe exactly, if you go to Walmart and buy a Bible, do I believe that was the Bible that has no, it's been changed 100 times. What is it? The book of Mark describes the crucifixion, right? I think it's the book of Mark. Well, the last nine verses were added in the year 900 AD. They weren't even original. So the whole part about him being placed into the tomb, him appearing later, and him being resurrected, all that was added. The book of Mark just ends with them pulling him down off the cross. And that was originally the end of it. It was pretty fascinating. I do not know enough of it to even talk about it, but I'm just describing the rabbit hole I'd gone down. When it gets dark at night and you start scouring the internet after work, that's the two rabbit holes I jumped in here recently. It got me off the UFO kick. So he started talking about the Anunnakis, so then it got me back on the UFO kick. So I was just wanting to shut that door. That's a highly trained dog.
You like that dog, huh?
Yeah, that's a good dog.
In school, I took Bible as literature. One of the things that I found interesting was there were 7 major eras in time.
Eras, epochs in time? Is that okay?
Yeah, 7 major eras. And I don't know the eras of each one. I mean, it was like the Prehistoric era and stuff like that. And there were 7 days in the week that God created the earth.
That's the story, yeah.
And the 7th day was man. The 7th era was...
Or the 6th day was man, the 7th day
Or 7th day was rest. 7th, 6th. Anyways, man in the day, and you got to realize in the Bible, one day was 10,000 years.
There's that. Good point. My grandmother used to bring that up when I would throw to her time, and we'd get into the argument of certain things. Be advised, I'm a 10-year-old smartass having these Bible studies with my grandmother, arguing with her. But so that means I was wrong, didn't know shit. But she would toss that clause into me every once in a while. A day with the Lord is as if 10,000 years, and 10,000 years is a day of the Lord. And I don't even know what scripture that is, where it's at, but it's in the Bible, and that kind of throws. Okay, well, that's what that meant.
So there's a parallel.
Yes.
So in the Bible, when God created man, was the same timeline in the era that man showed up. So I mean, so there is a parallel.
Yeah.
So science and Christianity are running, parallels. It's just so during day one, everything that was kind of created was, everything was evolving. So there's a correlation.
So you're talking about the whole creation of Earth and how it supposedly took 7 days, but probably took 7 million years.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's just a reference of time.
It's just a reference of time.
And that's another thing. Time is created by man.
True. And when
that's a constraint that we created.
Exactly. So, and when was it that man decided, well, I got to figure out what day of the week it is. I got chores or what time. I mean, to create a tool, and time is a tool.
Right. I guess we got to blame that on the Inca or the Maya or something.
I just rather shoot them. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's go back and stop with the time stuff. I mean,
Right.
let's just.
But age and time, that's all. It's relative, and it's a construct that was created by man. We do laps around the sun. And besides that, what else do we know? We're now hungry. We're now tired. Well, now we live by a clock. Tells me when I'm hungry. You know how I bet a watch causes a lot of obesity. Oh, man, it's 12 o'clock. I got to eat.
I got to eat. Yeah, I know. It's
well, you had a late breakfast
Yes.
at 10. I just did that today. I had a late breakfast, but I ate lunch at 12. I wasn't hungry.
No, because time said we had to eat lunch.
Tom said it. I think I'd be okay if I skipped one meal, right?
I mean, and who decided that we had to eat 3 meals a day?
Right. No, I think we're born to eat one, or one a week, or one whenever
sure
we caught
in-
it, and
Sound like Adam and Eve were just happy with an apple.
yeah, the only thing that backfired. But the only thing you have to have every day is water. Your body's designed to have fat stores, and you don't have to eat. You can go a week without food, no problem. I can't.
No,
You can. You're physically able to.
But this time mechanism says we can't.
No, ding ding. Oh, it's lunch break. Time to eat lunch. Yeah, let's go. Gotta eat.
So it's been forced down our throat. I
Yeah.
mean, you think the cowboys back in the Western days? Oh, that's 3 times. No,
Yeah, get a piece.
they all just they had breakfast and dinner at night before they went to bed.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, really just 2
Reach
meals
in
a
the
day.
saddlebag, get a piece of tack. I don't even know what tack is.
Jerky?
Sounds like shit.
Yeah, I mean it's. But I mean, who was the person that decided that we needed to measure our life by time? And then once we decided to have time, who was the idiot that said we got to eat 3 meals a day plus snacks?
Well, Julius Caesar was a big component to our Julian calendar. Is based off Julius Caesar.
They ate all day though.
Yeah, but think how stupid it is. We have 12 months. There are various ranging days. Every fourth year we get to throw in a leap year. Did you know if we had a 13-month calendar with 28 days in each month, it would be perfect? It would follow the lunar cycle. 13 months, 28 days. So let's just do some quick math. Let's do 28 days times 13. What's that get you?
You got the calendar or the calculator?
It's 364.
Oh, okay.
So you have a 0 day. You have a day of rest and celebration. You have a 0 day. So you have a 13-month calendar, 28 days each. You do one whole lap around the sun. You party, give thanks and blessing, and start all over the next day.
What kind of crazy holiday are we going to have in that 13th month?
I'm going to sleep.
We're going to call that
Yeah.
hibernationary.
Yeah. I mean,
February,
that's
January.
simple. And then this dude, Julius Caesar, wanted July thrown in there, named after him, and completely discombobulated and effed up the whole system.
Well, I still want to go back in time and shoot the son of a gun that created time to start measuring everything by hours, minutes, seconds, days, months,
It was
years.
some goat herder standing in the desert with his hand on his staff, and he stood there too long, and he watched his shadow move from one rock to another rock, and he was like, "Oh, I've been here 2 rocks. It's time to go."
It's time to eat.
Yeah. So it's whoever stood up a stick in the dirt one day realized, oh man, this happens the same way every day.
I call you sundial.
Yep.
And who was the guy decided, well, I can set up an hourglass and run sand through this little thing of a hole, and that'd be an hour.
Well, it depends on how much sand you got in and how
Well,
big
exactly.
your glass
How did
is.
he decide that this was the official
Right.
hourglass? Or, is that set on the atomic clock? I mean,
Did you know how? So who was the guy that calculated the circumference of the Earth? Anyway, there was a spire in Alexandria and one in Egypt.
well, we're talking about the time when they thought the earth was flat, not a sphere.
That's right. Yeah. This is how they proved exactly that it was a sphere, because of the angle of the shadows at the same time of the day. They could use trigonometry and figure out exactly what the diameter of the earth was based on the 2 spires, one in Alexandria, one in Egypt. It's pretty fascinating.
And so you're telling me trigonometry was created in like the 1400s?
That's a good question.
It's just, I don't know.
When? Well, you do not know how to spell trigonometry. In ancient Egypt and Babylon in 1900 BC.
Okay.
So trig is 4,000 years old. I've yet to learn it.
It hasn't gotten easier over time.
Right. The Greek scholar Eratosthenes measured the circumference of the earth. He did this in 240 BC. He did an experiment. On the summer solstice, he placed a stick vertically in the ground in Alexandria. He measured the angle of the shadow that the stick cast. He found that the angle of the shadow was 7.2 degrees, which is approximately 1/50th of a full circle, 360 degrees. He knew the distance between Alexandria and Sini, so it was approximately 5,000 stadia, an ancient Greek unit of length, which one stadium being roughly 157.5 meters, though the exact length can vary. He either measured this distance himself or obtained it from earlier surveys. He reasoned that if 7.2 degrees is 1/50th of a full circle, then the distance between Alexandria and Sini must be 1/50th of the total circumference of the Earth. By solving this problem, he calculated it was 250,000 stadia. And so, given the uncertainties and exact length of the stadia used, his result was astonishingly accurate, with errors estimated to be within a few percent of the true value. The actual circumference of the Earth is 40,075 kilometers, or 24,901 miles. But yeah, he just did that by sticking 2 sticks in the ground and off the summer solstice and knowing exactly how many degrees it was off. And then he did the same calculation somewhere else, and that tells you how big around the Earth is. Pretty neat.
Okay. And we'll wrap this little as we know, time sucks.
Yeah.
And the guy who created it should be shot.
We ain't got no time for time, man. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
And I'm going to assume that the guy's name was, I don't know, Time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Timex.
Then he bought a magazine.
Bought a magazine. Yeah. Used his money and bought a publishing company.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
Yeah.
Good true story, by the way.
Yeah, but again, who decided that we had to eat 3 meals a day?
Yeah,
That would be the fast food industry?
that's right. That's right. The government.
The government. Which is not necessarily true, because even when we were in the military, you'd be lucky to get 1 hot meal a day. Wow. When I said there was a lot going on since our last podcast, I mean, that's not exactly where I was going.
What you got?
Well, I was just thinking,
there's what I got. What you got?
Well, I mean, let's see. President Trump's been convicted of 34 counts of
36.
Is it 36? I thought it was 34. Anyways, he has been found guilty by obviously an unfair juror of his peers.
You were right, 34. Dude, I got Chat GTP on my laptop now. It's like I feel like I'm the smartest person ever. I just type slow.
And then we have Biden, who is being judged by his peers right now, and they're all from Biden County, obviously. So you just see
It's all over Twitter that he shit his pants at a D-Day ceremony today on stage.
Oh, old man Biden?
Yeah.
I
I hope that didn't happen to him for our sake. But yeah. So anyway.
Running down his pants. Anyways, I digress here. Let's and then Boeing.
If this was a family podcast, I'd cut that part out, but we're leaving it in there.
And then we have Boeing sent the rocket up yesterday.
It did go yesterday. I know they scrapped it the other
several
day.
times, and it finally got off the ground.
Good for them. I don't know if I would ride in that one.
Yeah, Boeing's got a bad track record right now.
Elon's doing it. I'd ride if those two guys offered me a ride. I'd ride with Elon.
Yeah. SpaceX.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely.
with you.
William Shatner rode in a Boeing one though. He made it.
Did he?
Yeah.
I thought he rode Blue Origin from Amazon. That was Bezos.
Oh yeah. Sorry, forgot there's 3 of them. Yeah.
4.
I forgot about NASA.
No, NASA doesn't have one.
Oh, Virgin,
yeah, Richard
Blue
Branson.
Origin,
Yeah.
Boeing, and
SpaceX.
SpaceX. Okay. So I do get Boeing and Blue Origin because they actually look almost the damn same.
I mean, they all almost look identical. I'm not going to lie. Just a big rocket on a capsule. I mean, just send it up. But yeah, anyways.
Elon's looks a lot more Buck Rogery looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised Boeing, I didn't think it ever going to get off the ground.
I don't want to fly on Boeing's jet, much less their spaceship. What are you thinking?
Well, we got to get from point A to point B overseas now. I mean, you're kind of limited.
It's scary to go to Sacramento. You're going to go to low Earth orbit.
Yeah, and did you see the...
What happens if the door flies off on that one?
One of the whistleblowers died like right after his deposition. It's... and it's hard to really blame the Clintons, but unless they got a lot of stock in Boeing, I mean, I don't know.
He got Hillaried right in the parking lot of his hotel room.
Yeah. Again.
Sorry, he's not the first Boeing whistleblower that has been killed.
Boeing, what are you doing? Listen to our podcast. Make good stuff. Quit cutting corners.
2 Boeing whistleblowers have died in recent months under tragic and somewhat mysterious circumstances. John Barnett, a former Boeing quality control manager, was found dead on March 2024, and his death was ruled the result of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Shortly after, Joshua Dean, another whistleblower, died in April from a sudden and severe infection. Both had raised significant safety concerns regarding Boeing's production processes prior to their deaths. I don't believe in circumstances.
No,
or coincidences. I believe in circumstances. I don't believe in coincidences. And I don't believe in 2 coincidences.
Back that close together,
Yeah.
Especially while this thing's being investigated.
I mean, he killed one in March, killed another one in April.
Yeah.
So the third guy's like, I'm good.
I'm not testifying.
I'm good.
We have really got to find a distraction-free studio to do this, and it might be more quality, if we had one.
Yeah.
But oh my God,
We can do that.
the pets are killing me.
Man, it would make editing so much easier.
If we didn't have dogs.
Take all the fun out of it. I'm going to upload one of these raw one day. Just let everybody see the pain and anguish I go through.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, terrible. Yeah, Hunter Biden's wife's walking into court yelling at people, calling them Nazis. You seen that? Losing her shit. Yeah.
No, I have not. I just saw one headline that said Biden's ex-wife walks in, testifies, and it's devastating. So I don't know what that means.
She said how big his crack rock was. It was the size of a ping pong ball, and that the evidence on that the laptop's real. That's what she.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got big crack rock balls, big size of ping pong balls.
So he's got a problem.
He had a problem. He may not have a problem now, but he had a problem. And he had a problem the day he had a gun and threw a gun in a trash can.
Well, I think his wife at the time threw it in a trash can to keep him from doing something stupid, which him buying it to start with was stupid.
Yeah. Throwing a gun in a trash can where a little kid can find it's pretty stupid too.
Yeah.
These people don't care about other people though.
No. And none of them do. They all care about themselves.
No.
I mean, between the Clintons, the Bidens, they just all care.
We're all NPCs to them, as far as they're concerned.
The dog is killing me.
You're killing me.
Hopefully you can muffle all that out as that is so.
It's virtually impossible.
So I need to go and the dog real fast. I did not say that. I am not the governor of South Dakota. I am not my dogs. Edit that out, please. Let me take care of my dog. Let me go. Billy's going to be doing a lot of editing, and just to let you know, it's going to look seamless, but we're coming back from our fourth break just because we had to take care of.
What are you talking about, man? This thing flowing like butter.
Yeah, the dogs.
We're all good, buddy.
The dogs. Anyways, fourth TV timeout here, but it's going to seem smooth and painless. And
that's right. This episode will come out in March of 2025.
Yeah, anyways, it's, again, since the last podcast, let's see, a lot of trials for a lot of high profile and a lot of deaths of major corporations, whistleblowers, the Boeings, good grief. And I just got to say, though, I think our world is just out of control. It really is.
Yeah.
And how do you reel it in? It is literally out of control.
And it's spiraling faster and faster and faster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's something major's got to happen to kind of stop the spiraling. What is it?
Remember when you would come home from work and you'd turn on NBC Nightly News, and there was usually an issue on Monday. Mm-hmm. And you talked about that all week long. And maybe on Friday it would get resolved. We had an 8-day news cycle. You know?
And now
we now have a 10-hour news cycle. It is catastrophe after bullshit, after headline, because the American people's attention span has gotten shorter.
Well,
and so we got to keep them engaged. Got to keep feeding it,
keeping our face in our smartphones.
Oh my God! But we used to have like one problem, and we had time to settle it. It worked out.
Back to your NBC. Because you had the local news and you had the evening national news, 30 minutes, and it was nonpartisan.
Yeah,
they treated both parties equally. And now everything's so partisan. It's just, one party is, the Nazi regime and the other one is the cartel. It's just, bad groups of people, just depending on which channel you turn to. And it's crazy, and it shouldn't be that way.
I have dug so deep into certain things, some because of this podcast, but to find out those two parties don't run anything. It's almost like they're there for our entertainment, that the true people that run this world are unelected, rich oligarchs that run this planet. I want to call them the Illuminati or nothing like that.
Like Soros?
But there's people, that meeting on an island in Georgia, and they come up with a plan, a synopsis for how they want things to work out. And by God, that's how things happen throughout the year. I think presidents are already picked. They already know who's winning. Every once in a while, a mistake happens. And they're like, oh, shit. But, I think there's a large veil, and one day we'll pull back the veil and see the Wizard of Oz.
But I mean, to go to with the open borders that anybody can come across. I mean, these countries are emptying their mental institutions and their prisons and bringing them to the southern border and letting them come across. And our government's letting them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no law and order in this country anymore.
Because the current running government of this country sees those as votes.
Well,
I truly believe that.
I will agree with you that they're looking at possible future voters, but at the end of the day,
I see them as potential terrorist cells that have just been.
Well, that's it. They are. I mean,
We've got over 2 million gotaways that we do. You know how many people is in our standing military right now? It's like 1.46 million.
Mm-hmm.
If they were all bad, there's now an army larger than our whole armed forces that could get me. I start to sound like a crazy person.
anyways, again, I'm just trying to figure out where it made a right turn or left turn to say we'll open our borders to all. I mean, we've never done that. I mean, just to say, hey, come on in. I mean, this is crazy. I mean,
none of us belong here. None of us are from here. I get that. America is the melting pot. It's a glorious experiment that has worked well for 200-something years. Even the Indians that we stole the land from, they stole the land from somebody else just a few hundred years prior to us stealing it from them. But there's got to be a legal process. Go to your house tonight and take all the windows and all the doors off your house. Leave the keys on the roof of your car with your windows rolled down and go to sleep tonight. Oh, it's the same fucking principle.
Yeah.
Just let them come through. Or would you rather leave the door on your house and install a doorbell? Well, somebody comes up and puts in an application to enter your home by asking, or by taking a test, or by being vetted by you. Okay, I vet this person as being safe. Come on into my home. It's the same damn principle.
Yeah, I mean, we don't let the Amazon driver deliver to our living room.
I let him in my garage now on my new garage door opener.
You know that costs you every time you get a delivery.
What do you mean it costs me?
It costs you. Look at your. That's why I quit doing it. I used to have them delivered to my garage.
Fuck that. He's just leave it on the porch like he's been doing that.
Yeah, it's like $1 per entry now.
That's not going to happen to me.
Either $1 entry or $1 per package. But no, there's a charge now.
No, I thought it was convenience for me.
No.
Oh. Well, that's going to stop. Actually, I haven't gotten anything delivered. I bet them air filters just showed up.
Yeah, because because it's like, oh, you're now being charged, because it was free when I first started it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, okay, now there's a 99-cent charge.
Yeah, it didn't tell me there was a charge. You letting him, I'll come get Jeff Bezos and I'll carry him up by his door.
You just filled up his damn mega yacht.
Saw what happened when Elon took $10 from me, right? Yeah, I got my took me 9 months, but I got my Twitter account back. I lost my Twitter account for 9 months. Damn. Right after I got blue check verified. I'm no longer blue check verified, but I got my Twitter account back.
But anyways, yeah, they started charging. So I said, forget that.
This is us falling down a rabbit hole, trying to save me $1. Stand by.
Ooh, $1.99 per order.
Hell no. How do I turn that off? Amazon key and garage delivery. Exclusive for Prime members. Safe and secure. Doesn't say that it costs anything.
Just Google. Does it cost? It says right there, Amazon shopping, Amazon.com, select in garage delivery option, checkout. Key delivery is $1.99 per order. That's all right, though. Hey, keep it for a month. Let them deliver your next 15 packages, and let's see how much they take off your credit card.
Yeah. Let's do that. Sounds like a good deal.
They charged me $30.
$30. Yeah.
15 deliveries at $1.99.
That one thing right there bought him a mega yacht. That's
Right here, PC Magazine. Amazon adds fee for in-garage delivery. Unless you do this. Turn it off. Oh, it's free on Amazon Day.
It's just one day. And I never order anything on Amazon Day.
Because they don't really have any good deals.
No.
I've actually, every Amazon Day I've gone to, it's like, okay, cool. Let me find this cool gadget that I've always wanted, but no, it's not there. It's
Nothing.
No, it's these cheap socks that, fall apart after one washing, or it's just, and it's usually stuff that's probably been returned, no, forget it. I have not found anything good really nothing on Amazon Day. I mean, Laura got this Pebble ice maker. I think it was like originally $600 and Amazon Day was $460. I mean, or something crazy like that.
I like that ice maker.
But again, I think that's the only thing we've ever bought on Amazon Day.
Where is this?
I mean, everything should be Amazon.
Amazon key settings right there. I found it.
I mean, on Amazon Day, everything in the app or shopping list or categories.
Why does it not show you? Did I just show my home address? My bad. I'll edit that out. Why doesn't it say this is going to cost you $1.99? Because nowhere have I authorized it to charge me any money.
Well, I would say that.
But when I go to the settings, sorry, something happened. And we're going to give you a picture of a cute little doggy. So
and we're going to charge you $1.99 for those air filters today.
Who gets mad when they see a picture of a little
I would
doggy?
actually, so you got air filters today. I would look at what you paid for it, and then
let's see what
look at your credit card to see what you got charged.
Yeah, let's check that out. I ain't giving Jeff Bezos no money to.
I mean,
I ain't already
really
giving him.
$1.99 to
Giving
put it
him
in my garage.
Right. Well, I have those. People drive by and see packages, just take them. I have those pillars on the front of my house, and my driver usually hides them behind a pillar. So just driving down the street, you can't see I got a package on my. I've never had a problem. I've never had anything taken off my front porch.
Well, I had a bottle of melatonin stolen off
You did.
The porch pirate got me.
Yeah, and the cops called him 3 blocks away, sleep in the car.
Yeah, I guess he thought there were other types of gummies and not melatonin because.
Speaking of that, when's the last time you checked your mailbox?
Yesterday. I actually had to go to the post office to get because it was so full. They said your mailbox is full. You got to go to the post office. So I had to drive to the post office yesterday.
I know your birthday was recently.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any cool gifts in the mail or anything? Or
Yeah, no, we're trying to figure out who sent that, so it was you. Okay, I'm going to say your mailbox just got loaded now that we know who it was. Yeah, you're done, buddy. You're done.
This episode is sponsored by secretdildo.com. No. I just thought I'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you took all the fun out of it because I was like, this somebody doesn't check his mail for like a week.
Well, so I was in Romania for a week, and then
You should have had it. It should have been in your. Remember the day you and I are driving around, and I said, Terry wants you to check your mail. She needs to get the mail from the company.
Mm-hmm.
You and I left, and I said it, and you're like, I'll just get it on the way back by. We dick off in town. We do whatever. And as we're coming back, you're in a hurry. You're 2 minutes late for a meeting.
Yeah.
So you couldn't stop and check your mailbox. And Terry's like, did he get it? And I'm like, no, he didn't check his mail. He had a meeting. He didn't get it. And so then 3 days later, I figured you got it. No. Then you go to Romania. Then you come back, you got
But I am.
and I'm like, dude ain't mentioned nothing.
No, I got it yesterday.
Oh, you didn't get it till yesterday.
I went to the post office yesterday. I went to the mailbox and it said, "Oh, all your mail's at the post office." So I had to go to the post office and get this huge tub like that right there, that huge tub full of mail.
Yes. And it does
It came yesterday, and we're like,
and it does not come in indiscreet packaging.
no, it doesn't.
It has it right on the outside.
Oh, dude, you're so hosed. You're so hosed.
I don't know what it looked. I just saw a small picture of it, and I was like, "Yeah, that'd be great." Gotta send that.
So obviously, it was at the post office for a couple of weeks, probably 3. Yeah, it come home, and so Laura's
Here's
going.
your mail, Mr. Dubberly.
So Laura's going. So I come in with this big tub full of mail, and she's going, "That's yours." Who the hell? I'm like, "That's not mine." So she actually pinned it on another person, which we're not going to say here.
Okay.
But now that I know it's you, you're so hosed. You're so hosed.
I'm honored that I wasn't the one that was chosen as the one that sent it. That means
Probably anything else I would have pinned it on you, but that one, I would
you
not have.
Did not see that coming. Nice.
So when wait till you check your mail over the next 2 weeks. Oh yeah, you're screwed. You're so hosed. We're thinking an annual subscription of a few things, dude.
Oh man. Hey, prank your friends every once in a while, man. It's fun.
Oh, you're so screwed.
Yeah. And if your friend still lives at home with his mom, definitely prank your friend.
You know, that's funnier if, you have roommates in like a joint mailbox, or in a military barracks and there's like a big pool you're handing out. Oh, dude, somebody sent you something, but send it to a private mailbox where there's no audience.
So I'm at work at the dealership one day. We have a conventional white metal mailbox right at the front of the driveway to the dealership. Well, every day at 10 o'clock, the receptionist lady runs out and gets the mail. There's big windows, and I see her walking back with stacks of mail, and she is crying. She's bawling. She goes in and she talks to the manager, and about 5 minutes later, they both pull me into the office, and they're so sad. They're both upset, and the secretary's crying, and they hand me this wooden sleeve. Kind of looks like that bottle of bourbon that John brought over. It looked like had a mortar round in it. It looked like a mortar round container, right?
Right.
But a big D word.
Effing dildo.
Yeah, .com on it with a donkey on it on the side of it. Very highly non-discreet packaging. To Billy Skipper, Service Department, so-and-so Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Here's the crowbar we wanted.
They're crying. They give me this, and I just bust out laughing. I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And it's got a suction cup on the bottom of it. It weighs about 2 pounds.
Damn.
It's hilarious to send that to me at work. I'm assuming that it's one of the guys that, a couple of my buddies that work there I've known a long time. No one ever, but to this day, I don't know who sent me that, which is hilarious. That is so funny. But I got a great kick out of it. If you sent it to me, thank you. That was funny as hell. But the cashier was never the same.
You probably should have given it to her as a gift. I'm really not going to need this.
I left it at work. It's still there somewhere in the filing cabinet.
Pry bar in service.
Yeah. Probably check front end alignments with it. I don't know.
No.
So that's where I got that idea from, because it's just damn funny. You know?
Yeah.
It don't come in a brown box. And it's like,
No.
your mail lady's like, oh. But anyway.
Well, no, Lord blame somebody else. But yeah, no, never thought it you.
Do I know the person she blamed?
Her ex.
Oh, wow. That's deep. No.
Yeah. No.
That's, she went to a dark place.
She went dark, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Anyways. But no, now that I know it's you, hey, game on.
This may have caused a discussion around the dinner table over here last night then, huh?
No. It
okay,
literally,
okay.
it was 2 minutes. She goes, it's got your name on it. I don't know who to send me this shit. I just threw it back on the kitchen counter, and I think it wound up in a garbage can.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah.
Love you.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now that I know, I see where we've gone a different level in our friendship. Yeah. It's
All's fair. All's fair.
it's off. Yeah, no, it's it's gonna be fun now.
All right. With that, man, you wanna let's wrap up this podcast and rate High West Bourbon. This is our first donated bottle to the podcast. Straight from the distributor. We thank you very much.
All right, so we're gonna write a
Again,
number.
and
Here's your pad. I think there's a marker over there.
I got one.
So yeah, no, it's I will say I'll start this out. It had a lot of flavorful. I mean, that first swig before it kind of got watered down from the melted ice was very, very flavorful. I actually enjoy it. I thought it was good. There was different flavors in it, and I would have never thought that it was really good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I definitely recommend this one.
I know what you're trying to say. You wouldn't buy it.
I wouldn't buy it. It's sitting on a
You've
shelf.
never
'cause
heard about it.
Exactly.
You see it, you'd pass right by it. It does have a very cool Western style bottle to it.
Yes.
Not cool enough to where it would like really grab my attention. This stuff is going to make a name for itself if people drink it.
Oh, I agree. It's very, very good. And, probably one of my highest ratings in a while. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
A 7.5.
A 7.5. I really enjoyed it, and I will definitely buy it. Hopefully we can talk to the distributor to maybe donate more bottles because I really liked it. It's up there in one of my favorites.
I need 4 or 5 myself.
Yes.
Well, High West has some great aromas to it. It's got a good mouth feel. It's smooth. It's got a lot going on with it. It's not boring.
No. And it definitely doesn't burn. This actually has a good smooth right out of the gate.
Yes. And I can enjoy it. I can take a sip. I can take a swig. I can take a gulp. And I'd like to take a couple more bottles of it. I'm giving High West a 7.5 as well. You and I, we're getting good at this shit.
We are. And
High West is awesome. I really like it.
And and we definitely got to get. I don't know if Rob's ever had this or not, but Rob, you ought to get this one for your collection because Rob's got one hell of a collection over there.
We need to find a bottle of it, give it to him because
it's
he
worthwhile.
He needs to have that in his repertoire.
I definitely recommend it, people. If you're out and about, and I have no idea what it costs. I don't even know the price point.
Here, stand by.
Whatever it is, it's worth every nickel. It is really good. I'm going to say it's probably a $30 bottle.
High West Bourbon. That is a $37 to $38 bottle of bourbon.
Worth it.
Off Instacart, Total Wine, yada. High West Distilleries.
Worth it. You got
Hang on, I got to tell the damn computer how old I am. So what if I was 13 right now? Could I not click these 3 buttons and lie and say that I was born in 1922? How do you like that? Too old to even use a computer.
Like the 13-year-old doesn't know to lie.
Jeez. Okay. Let me accept all the cookies. All right. Okay. So they have a double rye, this High West bourbon. They have a Prisoner's Share, a High Country American single malt. Yeah, they've got $175 Prisoner's Share bottle. If it's any better than that, they've got a Campfire, a Rendezvous. They run around $80 a bottle, but they got a couple of different batches on their website.
No, this one.
But
hey,
wow, if you see this, grab it, buy it, drink it, and enjoy it, and let them know the guys from It's the Bourbon Talking Podcast told you to pick this up because it's good stuff, man. You'll enjoy it.
yeah, and if High West wants to come back and sponsor our show, we'll give it a higher rating. But this is 7.5 is not bad for a freebie here. I mean,
and we're not scared. If you give us a bottle of swill and it's terrible, I'll spit it out right in this camera. I'll tell you.
oh, we've rated
This is
bad bourbon.
really good bourbon. It's not because it's free.
No, it wasn't. No, it was actually really good.
Really good.
But see, and good on the distributor to give us a bottle because, again, if I'd have saw it on the shelf next to a Buffalo Trace, I'd have bought the Buffalo Trace. Not going to lie.
Right.
I wouldn't have bought the High West. But you know what?
I'm not too much of a. If I'm going out to get bourbon to drink, I always buy something that I know I've had. It's good. I don't experiment, though, because we experiment on this podcast.
Right.
So I will not buy that bourbon because I've never had it before. I'm not going to experiment. I'm going to buy something that I know is good. Thank God for this podcast. It makes us experiment. It makes us try things out. And let me tell you, I'll walk by and grab a bottle of that every time I see it.
And we've had some
It's good stuff.
expensive bourbon that we
That
didn't
ain't
like.
Nowhere near as good as that.
Exactly.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Again,
Bravo, High West bourbon.
High West, just, and
Good job. That's good stuff.
yeah. And with that, Billy, it's been a pleasure. It's been a while since you and I've done a podcast.
Let's don't wait this long to do the next one, man. Thank you so much.
Yes,
It was
sir.
awesome. Guys, we really hope you enjoyed this episode 58 of the podcast. We're going to keep it coming for you guys. Be sure to check out High West Bourbon. Give it a try.
Till next time, guys, take care and Godspeed.
See you then. Out here.
Out.